Hey everyone. Have you ever met somebody who seemed really defensive or just really hard to be around? Maybe they get angry easily or just don't trust people. It's pretty easy to label them as difficult. But what if what we're seeing is just really unhealed trauma? That's what I want to talk to you about. How trauma affects our brain, our behavior, and why understanding it can really help us show up better for others and ourselves. This particular topic hits really close to home for me because not only am I a psychology student, but I've also experienced a considerable amount of trauma myself. Learning about it both through school and personal experiences helped me grow, it's helped me heal, and more importantly, it's helped me become more compassionate for others. And the truth is, trauma is more common than we think. Abuse, accidents, violence, neglect. These experiences don't just fade with time. They change how we think, how we feel, how we interact with the world. And today, I just really want to break it down simply so that we can all understand what's really going on beneath the surface. Because the more we know, the more patient and kind we can be. So, first, what exactly is trauma? According to the American Psychology Association, trauma is a psychological response to a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. But it doesn't look the same for everybody. There's acute trauma from a single event, like a car accident. There's chronic trauma, like ongoing abuse. And then there's complex trauma, which happens when somebody experiences multiple traumatic events over time, especially in childhood. It's important to remember that trauma isn't about how bad the accident or the incident was. It's really about how the person experiences it. What's traumatic for somebody else usually isn't as traumatic for me. And that could go the other way around as well. Something that's traumatic for me might not be traumatic for the next person. And that's okay. Trauma just changes the brain, literally. The amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, becomes hyperactive. This means a person might feel constantly unsafe or just anxious about something, even when there's nothing wrong. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which helps with logic and decision making, can slow down. That's why some people shut down or overreact. We're not being dramatic. Our brain's just stuck in survival mode. Bessel van der Kolk talks a lot about this in his book, The Body Keeps Score. He explains how trauma lives in our body and can show up in chronic pain through anxiety, sleep problems, and even health issues. It's not just in somebody's head, it's in their nervous system. Now, let's talk about how this actually shows up in day to day life. Someone who's been through trauma might avoid people, can lash out emotionally, often have trouble trusting people, and oftentimes can be detached from feelings. These behaviors are often survival skills that have been acquired in order to protect ourselves. According to Stand Up and Speak Out, the textbooks that we're reading this term, being an effective speaker means understanding your topic deeply and backing it up with facts. That's exactly what we need to do with trauma. Learn the facts so we don't just judge the behavior. So, why does it matter? Because when understanding trauma, we respond differently. Instead of saying, "What's wrong with you?" we start asking, What happened to you? According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration, trauma informed care helps people to feel safer, supported, and really, honestly, more likely to heal. It's not just useful in therapy, it matters in schools, it matters in families, in churches, workplaces, really anywhere. Even simple things like speaking gently and being patient and respecting somebody's boundaries can help a person feel safe enough to grow. So, to wrap it up, trauma isn't always something that people can just get over. It affects the brain, it affects the body, and it affects us to our very core, thus changing our very deep behaviors. But when we take the time to understand it, we can show up with kindness, empathy, and grace. And honestly, it's something that this world really needs a lot more of. Thanks for listening. God bless.